Hi guys, and welcome to part 3 of A Mother's Love in the Rimworld series. So we're going to take a look at what we need to do today. Last night we left off and they were almost finished with building the research table. But I want to look at expanding the kitchen a little bit more and perhaps have a walk-in freezer going on. So for that we're going to need to sort of expand this area here. So let's just let time pass us by. Because we need to start storing the grain. Obviously we've got a grindstone up to start grinding the grain to make some bread. Or other food items, but we haven't really got much of a storage area to store the food safely. So what I'm hoping to do is expand the dining area just a little bit, but we do need to put some more traps down to keep us safe. So the wolves are up and snacking on our corpses, yeah. And we have a trader's caravan, which we briefly saw at the end of last episode, just entering the area. So who has the highest social skills? We have Davil with 4, Mama Vixen with... Mama Veritas, sorry, with 9, and Arizoa with 6. So we're going to get Veritas to probably let her sleep a little bit longer, and come 6 o'clock I'll wake her up and she can come out and speak to the caravan. See if there's anything we can trade, anything we can buy, you know, the usual. So after she's finished sleeping, Veritas will get up herself and she'll go across and speak to her. Interesting. Now I'm going to ignore this because it's not my current goal to leave the map, but it's there if... I'll probably explore that at a later date. But I still have a mod actually installed where even if you manage to escape the map and build your starship, you end up crash landing somewhere else on the planet. So it's like a continuation of play but starting from scratch again. I like doing it that way. It's kind of, I find it kind of sad when you've managed to build a colony and they fly off and then you're done with them. It's kind of sad. I know it's a story simulator, but you know, I like a bit of continuation when I've spent a lot of time with these characters. So let's see what this trading caravan has to sell. Okay. They have a human marksman. They have a human miner. An elf child, also human, and basically they're selling me slaves, or trying to. Well, I don't have enough money to buy any. They do have some pemmican, which could come in handy, and they have some medicine. So, do you know, I'm going to buy the medicine. No, I'm not. There's not a huge amount from that slavers. Well, it's a slaver caravan, not a trading caravan. They're all interesting, but unfortunately I don't have enough money. So we'll just cancel that and we'll let them get on with their daily business. Now, we did have an unusual cold snap that set in. So let's set these to harvest. I just want to take a quick look at the workloads as well. So Rosario is responsible for growing and plant cutting, that's fine. Constructing, we're going to take her off constructing and art because that's pretty important at the minute. I'm going to take her off mining. Oh, she actually likes to cook and brew too, but her skill's not awesome. Okay, so we'll just put her on those because she does have a passion for those, so she can help Mama Veritas out in the kitchen. But we're also going to set some mining work now we have the research table up. Now Veritas will obviously go and research once we've chosen something, so let's have a look. I think we'll go for advanced cooling at this stage. Just because I can. And then after that we'll look at biofuel refining. Just because biofuel generators are probably the most sustainable, because you can make the biofuel out of your poop, basically. With the Dub's bad hygiene mod, it's really cool. But we'll focus on the kitchen first. Kitchen diner, I should say, because then it's storage too. So we'll just mine a little area out here. Obviously I've got to be careful, so I have a way of doing things that I like to do, just so we don't have any cave-ins, because this has happened to me an awful lot. So I tend to do things in chunks of 2 and take it around this way. You'll see what I mean when I'm done anyway. So that should be more than enough for now. I'll speed things up a little bit. Now what is Darvel doing? Okay, he's refueling the generators. Now our storage space has gotten very full very quickly, so what I'm going to do, I have a deep storage mod, so you can store a lot more in a much smaller space. Now we've got a lot of blocks and bricks and wood, so I'm just going to get them to build a skip, and we'll make it out of steel because we have 533 of that. So we'll pop a couple of those down. And I'm going to get Darvel to work on those, just so he's not wasting time. Now obviously you can see Rosaura's cooking up. Now I've started to cook in, and as soon as she levels up we will find out, because we'll get a little message thanks to that pop-up. Now we also need a heater, seeing as how there's a cold snap. So that could be poked into the bedroom there. And I'm also actually going to stop Rosaura cooking after she's finished this meal, and I'm going to go get her to harvest the majority of these, because otherwise if they're in the ground they die, but if they're out of the ground they're sort of preserved, if that makes sense. Okay, all being well, this will go exactly how I want it to, but we shall see. We're obviously also going to expand the walls around, but we'll have to do that after. Also, I'm going to build another freezer because I'm running out of space, which is good. Plenty of food is always good. We have an excess of 611 watts. So that's more than enough, or it should be anyway, to run the heater and another refrigerator. Rosaura is now level 2 in cooking, which is always good. We're going to get Darvel to focus after he's eating on, well, when he's finished training the wolf, he can go and work on the quad refrigerator. Not today, Mama Veritas, you need to get that mind out. We'll just get Darvel to finish the skip off as well, while Veritas is busy mining away. The lovely kitchen diner extension. Now Rozoa has sneaked off and decided she doesn't want to harvest anymore. But unfortunately for her, that's not good enough, so I'm going to queue her some actions up. I should keep her going for now. We'll just list the rest of them for her. Okay, so that's Rozoa. So after she's done that, she can do whatever she needs to do. Veritas is still mining away. Now I'm doing it this way because without this support in the middle, you tend to get cave-ins, and as soon as I'm playing on Randy Random, he often likes the cave-ins to land on my colonist's head or my animal's head, which usually kills them. So there's ways around it, in theory. Oh, and I completely missed, we've had a transport pod crash, so let's go have a look. Oh, they're already dead, that's a shame. And it was a Boujan, well, he's called Boujan, an Argonian. Now, obviously they died because I wasn't quick enough and I wasn't paying attention. So we're just going to steal all of his things that he left while he was dead. His gear, it's not that bad actually, so I think we'll strip him. I'll get one of the colonists to strip him. And he's quite close by as well, so we could have potentially saved the dude. Oh well. There's plenty more time for that. Not quite sure what Darvel's doing with that. Okay, so I have a mod that I was trying the feed the animals with the corpses, but clearly it's a little bit buggy at the minute, and it is experimental, so I'm just going to enable that. So excuse me a minute while I do this, I need to remember which one it's on. Here we go, use corpses for handling, so I'm just going to say no to that. But we tried it, that was the main thing, to see whether or not it worked, so now they can safely say that it doesn't. Now the freezer's been built, so I'm going to allow all in there so they can store everything that they need to. And I'm going to get Darvel to finish the steel skip because he's still not finished it, the lazy boy. I'll let Mama Veritas have something to eat. It's 7 o'clock at night. Whole lots to be done when it's just 3 of them. Okay, Rozoa level 8 in plants. That's a nice healthy level. Darvel's finished his nice cup of tea, he can start hauling, since he's not oh, he's having another cup of tea. Okay. And another one, a greedy little sod. Okay, so we'll get him to... We'll set up a load of tasks for him to prioritise hauling all of the wheat. Right, that should keep him busy for a little bit at least. Veritas has also leveled up in mining. I'm not quite sure where she thinks she's going. That's completely insane. You're not doing that at all, Veritas. You can pack that in. I'll take you back in here. That makes a little bit more sense. I'm going to get Darvel to finish off building the heater, because otherwise they will start with hypothermia, and I really don't want that because it's minus 12 degrees outdoors. And before he sleeps, I'm going to get him to finish building this wall here. So once this wall's built, it'll just ensure that this area has stayed roofed in theory, anyway. Veritas has decided she's going to haul those, clean up a little bit before she goes to bed. Okay, well I did ask Darvel to finish doing that, but he's decided he's not going to. So I'll ask Veritas if she'll be so kind as to do that. Not quite sure. Okay, so she's going to hold some wood to finish the wall, which is totally fine. Now we've had 2 bandit camp quests come in, but we're not quite ready to be doing those just yet. They're the standard go kill the enemy outpost and get some nice rewards for doing so. Okay, and Veritas is headed to bed at 3 AM in the morning. Darvel has decided he's going to get up and chill out a little bit, so while he's up, he can finish building that wall. Right, he's now decided he's going to go and watch the sunrise. So, I haven't hauled any of the other things inside just yet because it's minus 15 outside, so in theory it's just like a giant freezer out there right now. So anything that has already been harvested will stay. It won't decay at all. Now we have another group of visitors from the Black Stingray VCAM. Now I don't know what our relationship is like with those, so let's have a look. As you can see, I have an awful lot of factions. Here we have the Alliance, the Sindari, the Forsaken, the Silk Covenant, the Horde. And we also have the Warhammer pack, which is the Cloven Ones, the Fleshmongers. Right, there's the Black Stingray VCAM. So we have a 35 neutral relationship with them, which is good for us. So Veritas is cooking herself up a meal. And she's now got food poisoning because her daughter is an incompetent cook, which is always lovely to know. So we're going to set Veritas off to mining again to see if we can't finish off this little corridor, which we probably won't be able to. Rosaura is quite happy to level her cooking skill, and we're going to set Darvel to hauling the sandstone chunk. And then he can repair the refrigerator that so meanly decided to break on us. Oh my, so we have a bulk goods trader from the Forsaken heading our way, and we also have a bulk goods trader from the Horde heading our way. Again, I'm going to ignore these bandit camp quests because we're not quite ready for that yet. Give it a little time and we might be able to. Now, I feel like this colony is going quite well. Obviously, while she's been mining, she's found some steel here which will come in useful later. Darval has just been to strip the dead Argonian of their clothes, which is awesome because it's more for them. I'm actually going to set him task to haul all of these things back to the storage area. Okay, it appears that we're actually short on storage space, as we well know. Forgot to set the skips to allow all, that would make more sense. Veritas has queued up a butchering task. I'm not sure where she's disappeared to. Ah, okay. She's going to go haul that. Let's see where she is first off. Oh, she's here. Okay, well she's already on the way, so I'm going to let her complete that task. And we'll have Rozoa come and say hello to the traders and see what they have to offer. Now, I'm not actually sure if there's anything there that they need. No, I can't see anything there that they actually would need. So I think we're actually just going to ignore this trader. There's no steel, there's no components, nothing, so we'll cancel that trader, and that was the undead, and we'll set Rozoa to take a look at the Horde trader, see what they have. Okay, they have different types of cloth, nerf wool, nothing that's super important for us just yet. They have some sugarcane, which we can grow ourselves if we so choose. Now we have some slave collars, but I somehow feel like they wouldn't want slave collars. Okay, there's nothing there that I'm actually too bothered about buying just yet. So what we will do though is, we have 2 spare elf robes that we started the scenario with. So we're going to sell those, well we have 3 actually, so we're going to sell those for a little bit of money so that if we do have traders coming, then we can buy stuff that we might need. Because who knows really. As you can see, our relationship has gone up by 1 point because we traded a small amount with them. Now once Veritas has finished bringing these up, we can get her onto mining again. Not sure where she's disappeared to though. She's on the way. For whatever reason, she's decided not to mount back, not to ride a mount back, which is a bit insane, really. So we'll just speed it up a little bit more because everything takes a long time. Oh heck, we have another bulk goods trader. Okay. This certainly is random. I don't usually get so many good events one after each other. Usually it's horrible ones. Maybe Randy's being kind to me because I'm actually recording this one and he wants to give you guys a good impression. Who knows? Veritas has stopped to be sick. Okay, fair dues. She's going to head over and unload her inventory. I am going to set it to prioritise mining the granite though, because that's something we need doing. Darvel and Rozoa have already gone to bed because it's 11 o'clock at night and it's past their bedtime. Okay, Veritas has lost the level in shooting because she's obviously not getting enough practice doing so. So I am going to put on here, I'm going to increase the steaks and the simple meals because we don't have a huge amount of storage space. So yeah, another trader. We can't actually trade the meals that we've made, which is a shame. We could buy some rabbits, but I don't particularly want to. Now they do have some components, so I'm going to buy all of those. You can never have too many components, and they also have some steel to buy. Those are things that I usually tend to run quite short on because, well, for whatever reason I use them for building and stuff. I also have a few items to buy, furniture wise, but there's nothing there that I'm particularly desperate to buy. So I'm going to ignore those. I'm also going to ignore the wine, the cider and the chocolate. And we'll just focus on purchasing the components. Now if we can sell them anything for a little bit more money for us. Now we have 145 gigantalope meats, so let's sell them because we have enough food at the minute. We can sell them 100 carrots. So we're going to do minus 100 carrots and minus 100 gigantalope meat. One, it will free up some space in our freezers, and it also saves us not a massive amount but enough money to still leave us a little bit to purchase other things. Now the neutroamine, I don't need that just yet, but we can certainly look at that in the future. Now we have 243 chem fuel, and because I don't like my numbers not round, I'm going to buy 7 steel from the traders, so we have 250. A little bit crazy, I know, I'm sorry. So we also have a nice relationship increase with these guys too. So Veritas didn't actually get too much done today, which I'm a little bit disappointed about. But how cool does it look with all these guys milling about in the front? If we get a raid now, then we'll be fine because they'll automatically attack these guys first. Now I do tend to get this where it pauses sometimes. I just have to wait for it to catch up. I'm assuming it's because I have so many mods installed. So we'll just give it a minute or two. Ah, there we go. See? The perils of using a bazillion mods. Okay, the Horde are leaving because of dangerous temperatures. It's minus 17 degrees Celsius outside now. You're inside the bedroom, it's a comfortable 20 degrees Celsius. Veritas is recovering from food poisoning. She has trivial malnutrition, although goodness knows why, because she has enough food. However, I am going to clear her prioritised work because it's late in the day and she's not been to bed yet. So I'm going to change this to sleep just so she doesn't freak out on her kids and murder them, which is the kind of thing that Randy Random would do. Give her a mental break and make her murder her children. Now Darvel is up and about. So what can we get him working on today? Now he's not assigned to mining, so I'm not going to assign him to that. I am, however, going to assign him to tidying up the storage area because it is a mess. So we'll start him off with that first, and then he can haul some meat back to the storage areas. Rozoa is quite happily cooking away her little meals. Veritas is reducing the chance of her having a mental breakdown, which is always good. Now it says she's recreation starved, so let's take a look at their schedules. Well, she still has 2 hours in the evening for that. But you know what, because I'm feeling kind, she can have a couple of hours there. She's worked hard so far. She deserves a bit of a break. So Rozoa is going to continue cooking. Well, they do have enough meals at the minute. Well, nerve revenge. Let's take a look. Okay, so the wolf has decided to attack some cows, and they've decided because of that we're going to kill people, which is fine because the wolf will finish it off before it does any real damage. In theory, anyway. Now Darvel is taking salted horse meat, which is all the way over there for some reason. Maybe that's from a cargo pod that dropped. Who knows? I've slept since then. So we have a nerf body that's ready for hauling whenever somebody's good enough to come down and get it. So we're just going to let them do their own thing for now. Now we don't have any logs in storage, so I lied, I'm not going to let them do their own thing for now. I am actually going to set Rozoa to chop some wood because we need some, otherwise we're going to run out of power and then they'll freeze to death, and we really don't want that. So we'll get her cutting some polar trees. Poplar trees even, polar trees. It's because it's cold. I'm getting it mixed up. It doesn't take a lot to confuse me, let's face it. So as you can see, the temperature's way too cold, so everything is dying. It's going into the resting phase. So I'll just get her to cut all of these down, and hopefully she won't freeze to death doing so. They shouldn't do because they started the scenario with pretty decent clothing. So she's going to go off and do that. Darvel is training. Good lad. Oh my goodness, and another trader. Okay. This certainly is interesting. Do you know what I love about the Lords of the Rim add-on? Each time one of these little parties enters the map, you get a nice little music thing. Music thing, oh my god. I've forgotten how to English today. You get a nice little tune play, anyway, from the Lord of the Rings. It's really nice. So Mama Veritas is up and about. So we're just going to pause this because she's decided she's going to cook, and I don't want to cheat. So I'm going to get her mining those. I don't think there's any conflict between these two caravans, and they're leaving anyway, so even if there was, it wouldn't be too big a deal. Yeah, there's clearly no conflict there, which is always good. So Davil is having a wash. I don't want him to do that. I want him to haul the wood back so that we don't run out of electricity. Well, she decided she's going to cook again. That's just not good enough. We'll let her finish that again and then we'll set her to mining. I need this expanding, damn it. Okay, the cold snap is over. Which means things will stand a chance of rotting again, so we need to get this done super duper quickly. So let's see what the elves have got to trade. We're going to send Rozoa to meet with the elves. Oh, she cannot talk properly because of poor health. This will affect trade prices. Ooh, they have chocobos. I love chocobos. Glitter World Medicine, advanced component, which could come in handy. Now I can tell. Wow, a grilled steak is worth $11.39, so we're going to sell that because that's worth a fair bit. We have a little bit of gold. I'm going to buy these advanced components because they will come in handy later. And I don't have that much money. And we're going to sell the gold too. Oh, we still don't have enough. Okay, then we will trade. For whatever reason, these components are worth more than these ones, which is absolutely insane. So we're going to trade a few of these. Just going to keep those. So we're going to pay out 248 silver for 4 advanced components. Seeing as how those grilled steaks are worth so much, I'm going to make sure I cook enough of those. See if it's on here. Yeah, it's this one. Okay, I'm going to move that up to the top for grilled steak. So to make it, you need... Wow, it's literally just meat. Okay, so details. We are going to increase that to... Jesus, let's say 100. So I really am going to have to increase the storage space. That's crazy prices. Okay, I'm going to set Davil on training the animals. Because the other two aren't good enough to train them. The animal handling skills aren't good enough. Like, Rozoa is 7, Davil's is 9, and Veritas's is 6. So I need to get some lower skilled animals before I can start them on training them and they get bonds with them. Because at the minute, Chocolata has a bond with Rozoa, but I can't actually do anything with them because Rozoa doesn't have high enough skill. So I'll probably end up training, taming, some bubble lambs or something crazy like that. Okay, we're getting there slowly but surely. Now, I'm going to build another skip, I think. Oh no, there's still enough room for them to store everything. It's just Davil's choosing not to. Okay, I'm going to give Mama Veritas, after she's finished with this one, I'm going to let her go and get some recreation and some sleep. Now it's 10 o'clock, so let's put that back to normal. And I think we'll leave it there for tonight, guys. Thank you for watching, and I will be back soon. Hopefully with the next installment. Bye for now.